In third mantra, as we have explored the words Jagriti Sthano, and we have understood that our attention is always outside. From here, I look outside. So, the fundamental basis of any spiritual practice, Adhyatmic sadhana, is to turn that look, to turn that orientation, and instead of looking outside, I turn it around and look at the one who is looking. In a way, look at myself, look at the one within me, or we can say the capital self, self with capital S, I. And this constitute the fundamentals of any spiritual practice and sadhana. So most of the practices sadhana are to turn around the attention, look. So instead of having attention outside, now I turn it around and look within. Search for the one who is looking, who is perceiving, which is called as Veshwanar in this mantra. Some practices are very direct. Someone who is, we can say, gone ahead, have finer attention, and one who is having finer and more stable attention can directly look for, search for the I, search for the Atma, like Raman Maharishi has said, the direct path. So he said we can explore who am I? What is this I? So he simply said I, explore this I. So this becomes the direct path. If one is capable of have that subtle, finer attention, then one can directly jump into that. But very often we don't have, and our attention is engaged in the worldly activities, bounded by many habits and physical, mental habits, emotional habits, and any small disturbance, any small engagement brings my attention to outside. Instead of going in, instead of asking who am I, attention is disturbed, and again it goes out and gets engaged in the worldly activities. So for them, then the different practices, different sadhanas are there, which helps them in slowly turning the attention around and to make a finer attention, to develop finer attention, to develop more stronger and subtle attention, which can stay, which can withdraw from the outside and stay within. So in a way, what is called as in Patanjali Yoga Sutra, in a way, Pratiprasarv, turning the attention around from outside, reversing the flow. So this becomes the fundamental practice in the spirituality in Adhyatma, and depending upon one's level of attention, level of steady attention, finer attention, one may have to take up different practices. And it's not easy because our attention is actually bounded. Our attention is actually engaged in so many worldly activities, habits. So what we sometimes call as dark world. So dark world, in a way, like andh or tamas lok. In Sanskrit we call as tamas lok or andhkar bhara lok. So dark world where darkness is there. So what does it mean? Basically it means where I am bounded, my attention is bounded, and I am not free enough to be conscious, free enough to have my attention turned explore deeper. So mainly if you look at it, so a dark world is that where my habits, my daily engagements take up my attention and consume my attention, and my attention is not free enough because of those habits. So for example, simply taking if we are eating food, so where is my attention if I can look at it? So if while eating, my attention is at the food or the one who is eating the food? So most of the time my attention is at the food. So similarly, in any activity, my attention is outside and taken. I am bounded by that. Once that activity is done over, then I feel that I am little bit freer. Similarly, not only the activities but the place where I am in, the surroundings, the people around, everything takes my attention, and my thinking, my emotions, my physical activities are governed by these external circumstances, external situations, worldly circumstances. So because they are bounded by those, so I most often react. I become mechanical, like a switch. Something happens and I react accordingly. Something other happens, I react accordingly. If somebody praises me, I become happy. If somebody scolds me, I become angry or sad. And some situation appears in life, I start behaving in a definite certain way. So all these are the examples of that I am mechanical, I am not conscious enough, and when I am not conscious, I am in dark world. Not conscious means I am not seeing the things clearly. I am just taken up by the things like a machine. So like a car, you just start the ignition and the car starts. That's all. Like a switch, you switch on, press this button and the fan is switched on. Start moving. So you press the button and the light bulb ignites and it glows. So similarly, any situation comes around and I react accordingly. So this is typical examples of my being mechanical and reactive and not conscious enough. Most of the time I am actually in a way we can say unconscious or mechanical. So this need to be seen, because habits and this whole way of living is so strong that I am not able to withdraw my attention, and even if I try, soon taken up by again these habits and worldly activities. So as I said, first sadhana is also this, that we begin from here, wherever I am, try to withdraw my attention, try to withdraw and bring it back to myself. May not be directly to the capital self or capital I, but what we call as Atma, in Sanskrit we can call as Atma, but even to some extent, even to like my attention is outside, now I try to look at my body or look at my what is going on within me, what we call as self-observation, self-study later on. So I look at myself, what is going on in me, what are my thoughts, what are my emotions, what is my physical postures. So turning the attention around in this way, first of all from outside, and observing oneself is the first step in that sequence. And there the fundamental practice starts. That is the, in a way, first step of any sadhana, to observe oneself, what we also call as swadhyay, self-study. So, but even for that also one needs some energy, some focus, some determination that I need to go on that path. I need to explore this particular practice and engage in this practice. So for that, again, one need to engage in certain, like what we discussed in Sadhana Sutra, some practices initially, like some niyam and some bounded by certain rules and fasting and different practices which kind of create struggle to raise the energy. Otherwise I'm too dull, too much comfortable, too much inconvenience, that that energy is by default taken by the lower engagements, lower level engagements. So I have to, as if resist these leakage of energy, and when I start resisting, then the energy starts accumulating, then the energy starts I start saving some energy, because now I am not engaged in activities which are leaking my energy. So this becomes the fundamental sadhana practice, and then the sadhana practice again further goes on different levels based on, as it is said in this mantra, 19 mouths, mukh, face, through which Vaishvanar enjoys the world, consumes the world, and 7 body parts, ang, through 19 mouths and 7 body parts, this Vaishvanar, the fundamental element, Atma, we can say to some extent, explore, enjoys and consume this world and remains engaged in this world, perceive this world and bounded by this world. So then the practices are through these 19 mouths and 7 body parts, which we will explore further.